The views expressed in this podcast are the views of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of Zaluso Arts.
Today's topic is Chan Chan, and then they talk about it, everybody shares their opinion, and that's it.
Wow, that's dope.
It's crazy, bro.
We should try that.
Yeah. So basically, the podcast has started, and then you can introduce us later.
That way you
Like,
have people listening to you and like anticipating.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, when is it gonna, yeah.
Well, but I heard someone was annoyed about like how we were chatting a little too much. You know, they're like, why don't you just get into it? You guys spend too much time chatting. I'm like, hey,
That's
this
what we're
is
doing
the
the whole
only
time.
time when I actually want to like get to chat with my guys. So, fuck you.
For me personally, like I usually listen to a podcast when I'm driving around and doing work. So I drive around a lot, and then the thing is, I actually don't listen to the whole thing. So it's like I'll drive around, then I have to stop, then it continues playing, like it pauses by itself. So for me personally, I like how it's set up, like it's chilled, like literally you just feel like guys are just chilling and having bands, and that's it. So it's quite proper.
Sure.
Don't change anything, man. Screw the haters, man. Screw the haters.
The naysayers.
I think, okay, I haven't listened to many podcasts to be honest, but I think if you like have a topic and it's like bam, 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 it's like a meeting.
Yeah,
Like,
like a lecture or
we
something.
come here together and then
Yeah.
someone's keeping minutes,
Yeah.
it's only a certain time, and then
You don't want that. You don't want that. All
Yeah,
right.
so you've been listening to episode 12 of the Listen podcast. It's a wrap, and we're out. All right, now we're just getting started. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Episode 12, and no, guys, I'm not going to say 12-teen because that's not a number that doesn't exist. All right. So I'm your host, Mac, Money Mac, Mac the Mac, whatever you want. I'll give it to you. So today is a very interesting day. We have what's better, Agulu? What's better than one guest?
Two.
Exactly. We have two guests today. We have Akulu as usual. Two guests. Do me wrong, you might have heard him in episode
That was 10.
Episode
9.
10?
9?
Episode
Yeah,
9.
10, no,
10.
10.
9.
Oh, it was 9. No,
Yeah,
10
yeah.
was the review episode.
Exactly.
Yeah, episode 9.
Do me from episode 9 is back.
Yeah.
Welcome, man.
Filling in for OT. So I'm gonna say some radical shit, like anything we talk
Very
about. I'm gonna say,
passionately.
guys, I
And then
think
you
we
have
need
to
to have a
yeah.
war. Because when we talk about war,
We're not elephants. All right. Okay. We also have Joana in the building. Whoop, whoop. What's up, Joana?
I don't really have much to say. I'm just, as I said, plain Joana with surprises.
What's up? We're looking forward to that.
All right, playing Joana with surprises. We also have Tuntu.
In the building.
I don't know if I'll ever say right. Did I say right? Tuntu. Tuntu is in the house as well. Thanks for coming up. I did not know that he was Dumi's brother this whole time. Like, I'd see them out or like at a house party,
Goddamn.
and then I didn't know they were brothers. Like, it's just you guys don't look alike, bro.
You kidding? They
what?
do.
You know what? Actually, to be honest, I'm happy you said
Yeah.
that. And he's saying thank you because people always say like, you guys brothers, and I'm like, yeah, they're like, you guys look alike.
It's
And I'm like, do we really look
Even
alike?
the mannerisms, you can tell that. Oh, okay.
I don't
Yes.
personally. I don't think you guys look alike, but there's certain features that says that you're family.
Yeah.
But you don't look alike. You're not twins.
No, fair enough.
But you can see this family.
We have a little brother as well, so I'm wondering whether he's gonna look like us when he's older.
Just wait and see.
All right, cool. OT is in Atlanta. I low key think that OT is starting to love Atlanta a little too much. This nigga was calling me at on a Friday night at 3 a.m., bruh.
What?
Like I know, right? I saw it, and then I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. And then I saw pictures the next day, and I knew that this guy was having a good time. And this is the specific time when he was trying to call me, and I was like, I'm glad I didn't pick that up. Miko is shout out.
Think
It's
you
all
just
love.
wanted
It's
to
all
show
love.
love, maybe.
Shout out Miko as well. He's not here. He's at a wedding somewhere. I don't know. Miko is so white. I don't know about his dance moves, honestly. Like,
Goddamn.
I'm just, I'm just hoping he doesn't break a leg, man. But all right, guys. But this is cool. We're just chilling on a Saturday night. But you're hearing us on a Monday, going to work, going to school, chilling. Is Monday another holiday? Because I kind of got used to the whole like long weekend thing.
Unfortunately, not.
All right,
But
cool.
I think there's a Monday holiday coming up.
Oh yeah, next month I think.
Yeah.
No, it's a Wednesday holiday.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is Malawi. They usually put it on a Monday.
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
Probably just move it.
Nah, but yeah. All right. So it's been a short week because of the holiday last week.
Yeah.
And oh shit, it was my birthday 2 days ago. So yeah.
Happy birthday,
Cheers,
man.
guys. Got a lot of love. Got a lot of presents. Not a lot, but I think more than last year. So which is pretty cool. We have champagne in the house.
Oh, nice! Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro. So yeah.
But why didn't I get invited to the party though?
Because I didn't party, bruh.
Why?
I was feeling under the weather,
Weren't we working?
and we were working. So I was sick. I've been sick since Lord knows when. They tried to when I went to the clinic in Area 43. They tried to give me these other painkillers that I have. That apparently you have to put them up your butt, and I was like,
Chill,
nah.
chill. Is this Masm?
Yeah, massive.
Masm
Yeah.
Area 43?
Yeah.
I've been told not to trust that place.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna give full details, but there was a situation in my family as well where there was we were driving to the village. There was an accident. My little brother was involved. Little brother, not Tuntu.
Yeah.
So we drove back. And that's the first clinic we went to, and the exact same thing. He had I think a little bit of a bump on his head.
Yeah.
Apart from that, he was fine. So they were like, "Oh, we're gonna give you these painkillers. You have to put them up your butt."
Yeah, bro. I was like, what?
So
So she pulled them out, and these are like these big ass.
Dude, yeah,
and she's
so-
like, yeah, you have to. I was like, nah, give me something else. So they gave me something else. But yeah,
Okay, I haven't been to the clinic or had any experience.
Don't trust
but
that clinic, guys.
I do know that
that.
the medication you put up your butt is effective in the sense that it works quicker. Yeah,
when
but
you're-
I can understand, especially when you're grown. When you're grown, and I mean,
Yo,
it's
when-
easier to put it in a baby, just go to
Yeah.
sleep. But when you're an adult,
When you're in pain, man, you take anything, bro. I remember when I went to when I was sick,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm in pain,
Yeah.
and I hate needles. If I look
Yeah.
at a needle, I'm like, nah, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, bring it on, bring whatever, stick anything, whatever, just make the pain go away. So I think if you're in pain, man, you let them
dude,
stick.
no, but look,
stick anything.
I drove them myself. I was still, you know,
you
I was
were
still
okay.
kicking.
You were like,
I was alright, and dude, I'm I'd like to remain a virgin after that.
okay. The reason why I'm saying that I found it dodgy is because afterwards I think we went to Kamuzu Central.
Yeah.
Because my cousin needed slightly different treatment, which they could only offer at Kamuzu Central.
Yeah.
So my dad just decided why doesn't everybody just go? So who was involved. So yeah, when they went there, they were like, nah, you don't need to take this, you just need this, and that was it. So they were kind of like, why are they giving this thing up the butt? That's one. Two, when I was working at Ace. In Kanengo, the same thing happened. There was a thing around the office where guys circulated an email saying, guys, don't go to this place. Some guy, one of the IT guys there, he had a kid who was, I think, 2, went there. It was kind of a similar thing where they told him to do some stuff, and then they went to a different hospital, and then they said, nah, why are you doing this? So that's the reason why I'm saying I stay clear of that place now. No offense to them.
Yeah.
But nah. That Mazen specifically. I don't know about other ones, but that one.
Wow.
I'll
In
go
43.
there. I'll go there because it's
It's a
like
walk
2
away,
minutes
right?
away from my house,
closest.
so
Yeah.
it works for me. They haven't let me down yet.
Okay, cool. Interesting talk, guys. Some very interesting content there. Don't trust the butt pills. Dude, they're pretty big. I was like, nah, I don't see myself all right, yeah.
I can tell an embarrassing story about butt pills. So when I moved to Germany, Germans love butt pills.
I love it.
No, most of German medication comes as butt pills. So I had a
That's
really
crazy.
bad, I had the norovirus, which is a really bad, gastro, throwing up, diarrhea virus. And at that time, I was 16. Was in Bible school, so we had a house mother, and she came with pills. So I thought, she just gave me the pill, and I thought, great, let me just swallow this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to swallow it, and it's like a cream. So it was like,
Oh my
really,
God.
like, yeah, it was
Oh
like,
my God. Jesus.
yeah. So that was my.
How did you find out that this is not
Yeah,
meant to
because
go
I
in
was
your
like,
mouth?
this tastes disgusting, and it's like creamy in the mouth. Like, just imagine taking your lotion, putting it on a teaspoon,
God.
and putting it in my, that's it. Oh, Vaseline. That's
So
that's how it was.
So you told someone, they're like, oh,
Yeah,
no,
and they're like, nah, it
that
goes
ain't
up
it.
your
That
back.
ain't it, sister.
Yeah. So yeah.
Damn, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Jesus. Sorry I had to go through that.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, but I mean, look, it's not like it was used or anything, so that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But okay, all right. So it's been a busy week because we were showcasing at the Tourism Expo. Do you guys want to start with Tourism Expo or the Nyasa Music Festival, which I think none of us went to, but we still want to talk about it?
I think let's start with that, since I think these guys can contribute.
Oh, cool.
That, yeah.
All right. So the only thing I have to say about it is I hear that not a lot of people went because I think the timing was wrong. It was like a week before people got paid.
Oh yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
it was interesting to see how much of a whole AKA was in terms of like photo opportunities and whatnot. Because I saw pretty much everyone I know took a picture with AKA, man.
Dude.
That's crazy. But yeah, what do you guys have to say about it?
I saw these Zonse guys posting. They posted something like, "Oh, this video has just surfaced," when Nyasa had just when it just started, right?
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, this is a video that's just been posted," and it was showing like some guy at the festival just looking around, and there's no one.
Yeah.
It's empty.
Yeah.
So they're asking like, "Oh, what does this mean about festivals in Malawi?" And I thought, man, this is whack. Like this is this is a bad look. You know, would you do that to somebody else? You know, kind of thing. Well, but then it was real. It was true kind of thing. But I know the second day. So this is where I was getting most of my information for Nyasa. So the second day. Zonse, yeah. So the second day, it was lit, it's popping, and then I'm also following people who are going to the festival. The people who went every
is when
day.
the South African artists came in. Eh?
That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Okay. So there were people from here who actually traveled all the way there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They went every day, and I was like, damn, man,
Yeah.
it's that deep. I wouldn't, unless they want me to work there doing something, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm done paying for festivals. I don't do that no more. I ain't trying to do
Oh,
that.
you made it now?
I'm out here.
It's now like you just get invites to Lakers Stars. You don't have to pay
Yeah,
for
man, I
any
don't
other
need to.
festivals.
I don't know how that works.
Show offs.
All right, I hear you. So yeah, Dumi, what's up? What you get? What's your hot take on the festival?
Yeah, okay. I also kind of got the same vibe from other people that it wasn't as, it wasn't as packed.
Sorry about that.
It wasn't as packed. And it was, obviously it's a stadium, so it's like a lot of space to fill up. But I heard that I heard the promises from the South African artists were quite good in terms of production value and everything like that. And I remember speaking about it with Miko earlier in the week where I was saying, I know, for example, AK takes a lot of time to actually like practice his sets that he performs, and I feel it's important for artists to do that. I'm sure the Malawian artists killed it as well. I killed it as well. I just never heard too much about them.
Which is funny because it's the Nyasa Music Festival.
Nyasa
This
Music
is like
Festival.
Malawi, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. First of all, I mean, it's Malawian guys doing it, so let's give them a chance. You know what I mean? Like, obviously they can improve. I think they need constructive criticism if there's some stuff
it's
which they
just the
can
first
work on.
one.
It's just the first one.
The first Lakers Stars had 3,000 people. No, 300 people.
300 people only.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that sounds like it was.
That's like, 15 years ago?
Sounds like a good time.
It still sounds like a decent time,
dude.
depending where they had. Okay, but anyway.
These guys had about 600 people, I think.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I think.
But then
But it's in the
can
city,
be, like I'm sure Sand Festival had a lot of people.
Yeah.
But was it dope?
I mean,
You know,
I'm sure like
you could
it
have
was
a lot
dope
of
to
people,
certain
but-
people.
I guess.
I just think Sand Festival was targeting a certain group. And I think those guys probably got what they wanted.
Okay, good point.
You
good
want
point.
some more? They probably would be like,
Yes!
you want some more? Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah.
I've been to Sand Festival once. Definitely not my vibe, but yeah, they had a lot of people there. Okay, the thing about the Nyasa Music Festival, in my opinion, was that I think advertising was not as great as it could have been. I don't want to compare for the sake of comparing, but I'm just saying, like, Lake of Stars, they advertise like heavy, especially going toward like just a month or 2 months before the event. They're everywhere, like billboards everywhere on Twitter. You know what I mean? Nyasa Music Festival, I think they had like a month or two ago, where they were like advertising heavy, and we knew that South African artists are coming through, people were hype, and then that was kind of really it.
People were making those fake posts.
The fake post. Wait, who did they say was gonna come? Who never came?
I think there was like.
Those new Sensei.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of people. People were literally just making up. Like,
There was a chick who
names.
got interviewed at Lake of Stars. If you remember her.
Vanessa Banda or
Yeah.
some shit
Oh,
like that. Yeah.
It was crazy, bro.
Yeah. So Joanna, tell us, like, what dope festivals have you been to? Like, and maybe like the guys that organize festivals, because I feel like out of nowhere, just people in Malawi just like using the word festival. Because there's a festival going on this weekend right now. It's called the Kota Kota Festival, but I'm looking at like the lineup and everything, and it feels like a concert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but they're just using the word festival. Just like how last year they kept using the word expo for some reason, like Fashion
random
Expo,
stuff. Yeah.
They use words
Chan
like
Chan
Fashion
Expo.
Week.
Yeah,
But it's like
it's like
a
2
day.
days.
It's a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like,
so
yo.
I don't know, man, but yeah. So tell us about like dope festivals and maybe what like the guys organizing festivals could do to like make their festivals doper.
Are you talking about festivals here in Malawi or in general?
Well, I mean, dope could be in general, but then the guys in Malawi, like,
What could they learn?
yeah.
Okay, I would say definitely advertising. If you compare, for example, Lake of Stars and other festivals, I'm not on Twitter, but you need to also reach people who don't have Twitter or Facebook. You know, you need to put stuff out there for people who aren't on those platforms. It really is down to advertising, make it interesting. If you can put out a sample, maybe like if it's a music festival, give a little bit of a taste of what's going on.
Yeah, I know Lake of Stars had playlists with the artists that were performing at. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can have little festivals in your city or hometown. That's not like so jam packed. Let's say like a huge 3-day or week event. Those are also nice, and then you get to also see artists, performers who won't be recognized, for example, in a city. Or one of my 2 favorite festivals are in Germany, but they are like a small town festival, and it's every year, and you get to see people who you don't know from a little village. To get like, I enjoy discovering new art, music.
I feel like a lot of organizers just they have a venue, they have alcohol, food, whatever, and then they just like leave it to okay. Let me even just target like clubs.
Yeah.
You know, a club will just make you pay at the door, and then they just expect you to.
Yeah, they're
But they're not really
activities.
guaranteeing you any sort of experience.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like you go there and you're meant to make your own fun or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I think also one thing I heard about the festival is that there weren't any activities going on. So pretty much like during the day, it was really empty because everyone's just chilling. They're
Yeah,
like, yo,
waiting for
what am I supposed to do here? And then maybe at night, that's when it's popping because there's a performance here and there. But then like imagine if they had all these other things to keep people busy during the day, and they would have had a lot of, I don't know, a lot more
bigger
traffic,
crowd,
maybe. Yeah. All right, we're taking up a lot of time on this. We didn't even go. Imagine if we went.
We had a lot to say.
Yeah. All right. So the expo, Agulu, like, how was it? Because this was our first time. This was the first time Zaluso Arts was invited to showcase. Shout out to Zaluso Arts because the Department of Arts in the government, they had like 4 slots. So they could select like 4 groups or 4 companies or whatever to showcase the art that is, or the people that like participate in the arts and the people that actually contribute. And Zalus Arts was one of those guys. We had a dope booth and everything, lots of interactions. Somewhere along the line, our pitch changed, our whole pitch, because we went there prepared to target a certain group. We're like, yeah, there's probably gonna be corporates there and all of that. And then when we got there, all we found were travel agents. And people that represented travel agencies from like all over the world. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, exactly. That's why I thought that it would have been a good space for you guys. Because they bring in like groups of like, you know, people that are trying to see Africa and whatnot. And then they're like, okay, so you guys have an art collective in Lilongwe. So what? You know what I mean? And then we had to like improvise. Our pitch changed because there was this activity that was
Speed networking.
yeah, speed networking, which is exactly like speed dating, but then now you're trying to pitch to a possible investor or someone that's like a buyer or whatnot. And dude, pitching already turns me on. I shouldn't lie. Like that shit is dope. So like it was just a really dope experience. Because I think like dating, it takes time. I can't really convince anyone in like 5 minutes. I need to, you know, let it marinate, let the game like enter and like. But yeah, pitching is just hit them with the the dopeness. Yeah. Cool. How was it?
For me, it was really humbling, bro. Cause like you're just telling to me that we were meant to design Sunbird's stall, but when we got there, we saw that what they actually ended up doing was super dope. And there were a lot of things that I saw that were like, wow, this is really amazing. There were a lot of people that I tried to talk to who weren't really interested in what we were doing. So it was really humbling to see, you know, where we are and where we could get, you know. Otherwise, it was, you know, I'm not much of a what's going on, guys?
Nothing.
I'm not much of a people person, so it was weird.
Oh, is that so?
Having to, for real, bro.
Even after like a drink or two, bro.
I'm a different person. That's not me.
Oh, okay.
But then, you know, this was a place where you had to talk to people you don't know at all.
Yeah,
Just had to
yeah.
approach random people.
Yeah.
So that was, you know, that was interesting. That was fun. Made a lot of new friends,
Yeah.
new business. So it was
Yeah,
dope.
man.
It was dope.
Oh, cool. All right. But like, so it's interesting how you talked about like meeting new people and like new faces, getting to talk to these people
Yeah.
and all of that. I, on the other hand, because I had my spell of like being sick and whatever. So I was like home over, say, the Easter holiday. I was just home on my Netflix, on my Instagram, just checking out what everyone's doing and whatnot. But like, I didn't have to go anywhere. And like, here's also something that happened. My car broke down. So I was like on the low. I was chilling home the whole time. And then I thought, hey, why do I even like take the time to go out and actually meet people? Like, do I need to do that? Because I could meet way more people, like, you know, not literally, but like just on my phone. I still know what everyone's doing, what everyone's up to. And it's just, and Netflix will like keep you entertained for hours. Whereas like if you go out to a club, you meet someone and they're trying to like talk to you about some shit. They're showing you memes that you've already seen. You know what I mean? Things like that. They're trying to talk to you about something. You don't want to have this conversation. Like, dude, like, just get the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? Like, so staying home and just on your phone and shit like that's pretty dope. What do you guys think about like...
Joe, people show you memes in the club?
Yeah.
Is that the
like,
new thing
okay,
now?
fine. No, okay, here's the thing about me in the club. I'm not necessarily like all over the place, like in the dance floor and whatnot. I'm usually by the bar chilling. So
Even if you're like
if
lit,
you're by
lit,
the bar, Yeah, even if I'm lit, I think. Okay, no, okay. That's not me. That's not me.
What do you mean? Oh, you don't get lit.
No, like that's someone else. That's lit Mac.
Oh,
that's not
okay,
me.
that's
So
lit-
I
that's
don't
lit
know.
Mac.
I can't answer for that guy,
Oh,
whatever he's doing. But
Yeah.
if I'm me, then I'm usually just having a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what
with
I
people,
mean?
I
And
get that.
sometimes you have the most boring conversations
with people.
with people, and you're just like, do I need to be here right now? Like, I literally drove from home to be here, and this is what I get. So yeah,
You know who you are.
yeah,
you know
no,
who
bro. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think it's one of the spaces. So if you drive it, like I honestly don't have a lot of dope conversations in the club. The club is often, you're shouting. You can hi, no, how? Nah, it's not working. And I feel like it's dope to go to like a house party and then you meet someone and there's chemistry. You talk. That's dope, man. That's nice. It's better than, and honestly, like texting someone ain't. It's not enough, bruh. You wanna be using your body language. You wanna hear the pitch of their voice, and all. You wanna be interacting with them. And I'm really talking about just interacting with the opposite sex.
Context as well.
Opposite sex here. I don't care about. I don't care about these niggas. I don't care. But yeah, that's how it be.
I think we live in an era where everything is like on the internet, on your phone, like. You can pay with your phone nowadays. You don't really need to go
Easy
to the bank
access,
and get a card or withdraw. And yeah, like as you said, like sometimes you want to have an interaction with a person, but then it's like all floppy or it's small talk. And and I mean, it's like people who are introverted or shy or don't really feel like going out. Like you can go on Instagram and you can see so many different things, get ideas, talk to people, and now it's done and dusted. But sometimes it's also a little bit dangerous because then you lose touch with the real world.
Yeah.
I mean, we can all be locked up in our rooms and have conversation with people on our phone, but then you don't really interact with them. You don't see the body language. You don't hear in their voice their emotion. I mean, we sometimes send emails or texts, and then people,
That emoji.
emojis.
You guys, have you guys watched Bubble Boy? Jake Gyllenhaal, that old movie.
that was like
Was it-
90s,
was
yeah.
it- yeah. It's like
Or like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a similar thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the guy was in a bubble and he couldn't really interact with the outside world
Yeah.
because I can't remember what he was being protected from. I think he had some.
I think
Whack
yeah,
immune system.
his immune system was whack. So yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, and then obviously at some point he figured out that he can now do so much with the world and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. The internet's a funny thing. Like it gives us access to a lot of stuff that we wouldn't otherwise have access to. Like I now know what's happening in everywhere else in the world. I can easily find out what's going on.
Yeah.
But you need to what I was saying when Kulu was talking, I was talking about like context. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that gets lost in context on
Yeah.
text
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
With people, you
Yeah.
say something and then they're like, "What do you mean?
Yeah.
How can you say that?" You're like,
Yeah.
"No, I mean it like this." Okay, maybe voice notes help in that way or whatever, But
and Doomy's a big fan of voice notes, by the way.
hey, I love sending voice notes, man.
This guy sends like what his 5-minute voice notes. He thinks that like we have 5 minutes of our time to listen to his voice.
I kind of forget that I'm on that I'm recording. I feel like I'm on a phone call, so I forget that I'm recording a voice note sometimes. So apologies to everyone who experiences that. But man, there's a variety of ways to interact with with people. Okay, for example,
dude,
Netflix is the shit,
Yeah.
but I mean, you can't watch movies all day. You gotta do other stuff.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
go karting. You gotta go paintballing.
Yeah. Yo, but dude, just real quick on the Bubble Boy example, I just a thought just hit me about how this guy he started off being in the bubble and then he got a chance to get out. I feel like we didn't have the internet because all we used to do growing up was interacting with people.
Facts,
Right?
yeah.
And then now we were like introduced to this bubble and we're like, this might be really cool in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't know if kids play nowadays the way we played
Yeah, bro.
when we were kids.
Like I used to
'cause-
get instead
You know what I
the
mean?
kids today get go to your room. I used to go outside and play.
Go outside and play, and then you get
Yeah,
creative. And then
exactly,
you get creative.
bro.
I remember when we were young, like okay, that time it was just like me and Tuntu. So like I
Yeah.
remember we used to do stuff like, obviously watch like Power Rangers and all that.
And then you
We
go
would go
outside,
outside 3
and then-
hours straight. I don't
yeah.
know how, but we'd be
You watch like
Power
a
Rangers
30-minute
and-
episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly.
And then you
You
go
go
outside and
outside
you
and
give
then-
each other characters
characters
and all
now,
of
you're
that,
this
and
person,
you're there for 3 hours, bro.
Then no, you can't do that because your
Yeah.
character's not able to do that. So
Yeah.
it's know,
Yeah.
and we used to like play,
Yeah.
because we didn't really. The funny thing about what did they call us? Generation Y, I think. Okay, basically we're that generation where we started off with basically the internet just starting, and then now obviously it's progressed so much in our time. We're in that in between stage. I have a little brother. He's 11. He's in that generation
he
where
found
as
the
soon as he was
internet, yeah.
born, the internet's already there.
Yeah.
Smartphones are already there. Touch screens are already there. Like all those things are already there. So that's kind of how his world is like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. You have to interact with people, man. House party for me personally. House parties over clubs. If I had to choose.
Thank you. I think that's
House
like
parties
we
over
all
clubs.
agree. We all agree on
House
that.
parties over clubs. You can't. Okay, the other thing is also Malawi doesn't really have lounges.
I was about to say that.
Like you need lounges, like places where people can go. The music is playing, but it's at a mellow level. I think the closest is Koneko, but I can't think of anything else that's close.
Isn't 15 like that?
15 is closed.
Oh, damn.
15 is closed, but the music
Atlanta.
was pretty loud. Yeah, not the music, but the people. It was too packed,
yeah,
so you couldn't
yeah,
really even find space to sit down
Okay, yeah, that makes
and
sense.
and whatnot. But
But
yeah,
on a calm night, I think it's a vibe. It was chilled.
Yeah, like living room used to be like that. When I first came to Malawi, like you would go there and the food was awesome, and you would just have music in the background. The ambiance was lovely, like like a home, like
What about Latitude? Isn't Latitude like that?
but there's a bit
It's expensive, but
Apart from that.
Attitude has a vibe.
That's the vibe. Yeah.
It has a vibe because of also like guys, we have to say hands down the interior exterior design at Latitude
yeah, bro.
is fire. I'm trying to think of a better
yeah.
place in the long way.
Yeah,
Like I don't know who they hired.
and like
That
when-
person is doing the
Yeah,
things.
and like a few weeks ago, I got to check out. I don't know what took me so long, but I got to check out the rooms, and I was like, "Yo, they're so
They're
dope,
amazing.
man.
They're-
I could live there.
Yeah.
Like in just the room, I could live there for like years, literally. Like everything you need is right there. But yeah, and it's small and cozy.
Yeah, it's packed up really nicely.
Yeah, but like, we all agree house parties over clubs because like clubs you have to be like, hey, how are you? My name is. But like house parties, you're in there for like you're chill, you're in the same place with the same people for like a couple of hours, so they know you're not harmless. Like even if you look like Doomy with like dreadlocks and
my
and you're
God.
big and
Oh
whatnot,
my God.
like they still know you're a cool guy because they see how you're chilling. You know what I mean? And then you can still have a conversation or two. Yeah.
I think the club just isn't. The club isn't meant for conversations. It's meant for the physical stuff, dancing.
Yeah.
For real, that's what
you
it's.
tried
so,
to say it in a very nice way.
so I mean, you come from a house party, right? You get to know.
Wait, what else? Because you said the physical stuff, and then you stopped at dancing. What else?
I don't know, man.
There's a list there. Even the tone that you used to say dancing was like dancing, and then I was waiting for like what else is coming on the
I
list.
was
Bro.
gonna say handshaking.
It's all
Okay.
about the hugging, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, because you start at a house party and you form like, let's say you go to a house party and you meet everybody there you never met before. So you go through this house party and you get to know everybody. Now you have like a clique. This is the tonight's clique, and then together you go to the club. Then now you're not talking anymore. You got to know everybody. Now it's like, hey, let's dance.
yeah.
Let's dance. Let's get it. And then you're not talking during the club. Bro. You can't meet someone new in the club. I'll never. Unless you find people sitting somewhere and there's someone and otherwise I don't know.
Yeah, no, the club is definitely not meant for conversations. You go in there, it's usually dark, bright lights that give you epilepsy.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you literally, like even if you're
lighting,
there with friends, like you have to
You don't
shout
talk
to
to
each
them,
other,
yeah.
and then by the time you leave, like the next day that you wake up is with a headache and a sore throat from shouting, let's go home. It takes you like 10 minutes to leave
just to
because
try and get
people,
out.
you can't really hear each other. And whereas as a house party, you get introduced to new people. You get to talk over a long period of time. It's not like a small talk. Obviously, small talk is going to be in the beginning, but at a house party, you get to really have a conversation with one or more people because you can walk around, you can talk. Then sometimes you can play games and there's food.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe the problem is that we're expecting the wrong thing from the club.
Yeah,
Like
I
we're
guess so,
expecting to
bro.
get to know people. Nah, man. It's time
But
for
like, okay, you wanted to say something, Joana?
No, I just wanted to say a quick thing. I think the lounge is then in between. If you want to go out, you're going to a lounge where there's good music, but you can still talk and have conversations.
Like you're trying to get vibe, but not too much vibe. It's not too noisy, not too active.
Yo, dude, I've been like, in my younger and more in my younger days, when you go to a house party and you think you have a connection with these people, and like there's always that one girl that's pushing for you guys to like change venue and to go out. And because she's texting some guy on the side. And then you get to the club and they don't know you anymore. Because Akulu painted a nice picture, always like, you guys, that's your clique for the night. Bro, you go to the club, soon as you pay for them to even go in, bro.
Dude.
You pay for them to go in, they get in, and they're gone. They're like, she's just meeting her boyfriend. And then you're like, what? You didn't tell me,
You didn't mention that you have a boyfriend.
Exactly,
Where does
man.
that come from?
Exactly. All right. So,
Funny situations.
is this that?
This reminds me of that first season of Atlanta where Paperboy was chilling with some chick, I think. And then she's leaving now and he's pissed. And she's like, Miss, I wanted to spend the night with a cute girl and have a good vibe. That's what I gave you. So why are you pissed? And I was like, damn, what?
He wanted more.
Yeah, but then he still got something. It's not like he didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
He still got something valuable.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was deep for me. Anyway.
All right, cool. Yeah, but I guess it's an expectation thing, man. All right. So, okay, I should just say that I really like how Agulu is like opened up and he's been talking about things like, I'm talking about chilling with the opposite sex. He's like, at a club you get to know everyone. So tell us the announcement, bro. Tell us why you're this guy now. Nah, tell us why you're this guy now. OT did an announcement.
All right, I'm single now.
Oh shit! Horns, whatever, air horns, all of that. I don't know.
So the ladies need to go to house parties now to meet Akulu.
I'm out here. I'm out here.
Not clubs, because then Akulu
I'm not
can't
there.
talk to you. But he's not.
Yo, guys, we're advertising. So Akulu's now on the market. He does the Sad Boy Lou. He also does. He did the artwork for my still to be released mixtape. Always late. The one that everybody loves. Funny enough, this is off topic, but someone actually asked me if they can use that artwork for a single that they're dropping. And I was like, nigga. I was like, dude, I paid for this shit.
In what right mind?
I was dead.
The nerve.
But I know the guy, so respect it. He sent me a dope song. The song would have suited the artwork, but nah, nigga, I paid for it. I have a plan, so nah.
And we'll sort them out.
Hey, but
We'll sort them out.
But that's like me going to, Coco Chanel and be like, oh, can I have your summer range of clothes for...
So I can sell them.
So I can sell them. So,
Under my
nah.
brand.
That doesn't make any sense.
No. I mean, at least he liked it. That's a compliment in itself. But
Word.
you need to work.
Word.
Yeah, but anyway, dude, I don't know why we're celebrating Akulu being single, because I think that it's a sad occasion. Like, I think that, like, most people are happier when, like, I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now he's alone, dude. Like, this guy has to, like, spend the night alone, and he's probably, like, crying himself to sleep or whatever. He misses her. But there's a twist. He's the one that opted for the singleness. or for like the relationship to end. Like, so there was a time I remember when I was in high school and I was talking to like OGs back then, because these guys, when I'm like Form 1 or something, I don't really know anything about dating. And then these guys are like Form 2, Form 3, and they're like, man, you never dump a chick. They're like, what you do is like,
I had a similar,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, if you want her, you have to get her to leave you because like you can't
do
do
a
it.
bunch of shit.
Yeah, just
that
don't
make sure, like,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm done.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm done. Then you're like,
But like,
why? Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay. Oh, Yeah.
so what do you
I've
guys
also
think
heard
about that? I mean, I know Akulu obviously has his own thinking, but I've just kind of held on to that. The one time I've ever tried to dump a chick, she told me no. And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I'm still dating them.
Maybe how can she say no?
Yeah,
How can
I'm
she
like,
say no?
I'm not feeling this. So maybe I think we should like, go our separate ways. And she's like, nah. I'm like, oh, okay. But it worked out like later on. But whatever. Yeah. So what do you guys think about that?
About who dumps who, or
who dumps who?
I think anyone can dump in. I don't think there's anything wrong with the guy. I mean, like I said, I was also groomed that way when I was growing up. So, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the guy dumping girl. I think at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship and I don't know if I don't know a clue situation, so it's not specific. My answer is not specific to a situation, but just if you're not happy, if you're not happy or something's not working, it's kind of like when, I mean, this is a bit more higher level, I guess, when you're married and then divorced. Like there's obviously that, I think they say, what do they call it? In irreconcilable differences, where it's basically like, we can't figure shit out. So this is the best option. So, I mean, yeah, it even happens in relationships. I mean, everyone has the rights in a relationship.
Comfortable speaking about like relationship.
Oh, we actually never said that at the beginning. You just said like Doomy's here and Joanna's here. I don't think the public knows.
So yeah, you have to have them.
Oh, okay. So yeah, me and Joanna dating. For anyone who doesn't know,
Air horns.
it's been what, two years and 3 months.
Yeah, 2 years and 3 months.
2 years and 3 months, I think.
Oh shit.
Last week Friday, yeah. 2 years and 3 months.
That's longer than any of my longest. That's like longer than my.
This is also my longest
Ah,
relationship.
that's pretty dope, man. Yo, congrats, guys.
Thanks. Yeah.
Big up yourselves.
So wait, so what does that got to do with the
Anyway,
with
go
the
on.
coolest?
Okay, all right, okay. So I was only asking because I wanted to know if you guys are comfortable talking about, the bad side of the relationship where you're like one person is unhappy or whatever and all of that. But like, yo, if you're not comfortable, like, just dodge the questions.
I think okay,
Right.
I think just like it's like kind of like I don't want to say business, but like at the beginning, one of the main things that you need to do is kind of basically everyone needs to understand what they're in for. So for example, sometimes you have those relationships where for someone else it's like, oh, we're getting married, you're the guy, you're the love of my life, blah blah blah. And then maybe for you as a guy or even as a girl, whatever, for the feminists out there, it might be that that's not the case for you. For you it's just something casual. It might be an in-between relationship before you find a relationship. It could be anything. So I think at the beginning or whenever your relationship starts, it's very important to clearly define what it means for both of you and what it is. And then from there, it's I wouldn't say easy, but you kind of know where you both stand when it comes to any situation. It's kind of, like, okay, this is too much for me or this is not too much for me or whatever it is, because you already know where you stand with each other from the beginning. So I feel that's very important to set at the beginning. I already said that anyone can break up with anyone. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a matter of the situation. I think everybody knows. I think.
That's exactly what I want to think.
Yeah. Well, okay, and then I also think everybody. What did I want to say? Okay, I'm just gonna pass it on since I can't remember what I want to say. But when I remember, I'll come back.
I think, a relationship is hard work. And
She said as she looked in his eyes.
From across the table.
She said as she looked in his eyes, it's across the table. Like, yeah, you're hard work. But anyway, it's gone. I'm not gonna disturb you no longer. Gone, yeah.
I think we can both agree a relationship is hard work. It's not like, what you see in the Hallmark movies where a guy meets girl and it's all roses and rainbows and, ponies. And I think, like as Jimmy said, if one party feels like, it's not working, or they're unhappy, or whatever it may be, and they need to leave, you need to share that view. Even if you're a guy or if you're a girl, you need to speak up and say, I'm not happy. I can't do this anymore. Rather say that, and it's going to hurt the other person. Naturally. If it doesn't, then it was better that you broke up in the first place. Yeah, but I mean, it's going to hurt the other person. But also, you need to think about yourself. You need to love yourself as well. And you need to speak up when you feel that you're not loved, or that it's not working, or whatever the situation may be. And then you need to, sometimes you can work it out together. It's good to also speak up, and then sometimes you're able to reconcile and work things out, and then sometimes you can't, and you both go.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, and you both go your separate ways. So I think both women, both men can be the dumper or the dumpy. It's not it's not nice either way. I've been in both situations. It's not nice at all. It sucks, but it does get easier. It does get easier. It does get better. It's like it is a wound. Some wounds heal quicker than others, but
it is. Yeah. I don't know why I heard this, but then I heard that, and I agree with it entirely. That it's better. It's better to be miserable alone than miserable in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and you're unhappy, then it's like, then what the fuck am I doing here? Bola, I should be alone and sad.
No, but like, dude, isn't it like, through sickness, through health type of thing, where like, in sickness and in health or whatever, whatever the vows say. I know, but that marriage is also a relationship.
But it's not that deep. Marriage is like you signing certificates and shit. Like it's deep.
Yes and no.
What's funny is both me and Joana have something to say about this.
All right.
Okay, I'll go first. A relationship is
it's so good. She's gotta make sure.
I'm taking on eggshells.
She can't agitate the bear. Gotta be careful.
No, relationships are there to make, I wouldn't say mistakes, but to learn from things. You are in a relationship and sometimes it doesn't work out. Even if you want to get married to the person, and even if you do love that person and they love you back, a relationship is there for you to test the waters, to test if the marriage is able to, to work, and it is a good thing that we live in the 21st century where we are able to be in a relationship. It's not like your parents say, okay, you this is your wife to be, and then you accept it. We are in an era where we are able to feel love, and we are able to speak up for ourselves. I know not everyone is able to do that, but you are able to test the waters and say, no, I can't get married to the person because of XYZ. Whereas when you're married, yes, you sign a certificate, you get married in front of people as witnesses, and it becomes a little bit more complicated when it comes to divorce or with bank accounts and all that kind of thing, and when kids are involved. But I think people, personally, I think people should take their relationship seriously. If you're in a relationship, take it seriously. If it doesn't work out, it's also life. You are allowed to say no. You go to a restaurant, if you don't like your food, you can return it, and maybe you get something better.
Maybe in Malawi, I'm not so sure.
I didn't know I could do that. Like it's just like fuck. I guess this is what I'm eating.
Side story. Last night we were trying to get food at KFC.
Yeah.
And they were closed. But then some guys like, you can just order by the window. Just park your car, order by that, drive-through window.
I've been there before.
And then, they said the only thing is Twisters and Crunch Burgers. So we said, okay, we'll get Twisters. And then they gave us the Twisters. So I have this habit of checking my food because sometimes I've been to KFC where I've said, okay, I want a Streetwise 3 and it comes as Streetwise 2. You know what I mean? So I said, okay, let's just check the food. So we checked it out and then these Twisters were tiny and I've ordered Twisters before. And I was just like, nah, nigga. They said, I think it was 3,250. I was like, nah, nigga, nah. This is not worth 3,000.
It was like they gave us like one tomato slice and a strand of lettuce.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, KFC.
So
I'm serious.
So I was like, nah, it's too small. And they're like, nah, this is the standard size of a Twister. So I was like, nah, I want to return it. So the thing is, the employees were kind of not really letting us return it. But then they eventually called the manager. And then I told the manager, like, this is not the proper size. He says, no, this is the proper size. I said, cool, then I want to return it. And he said, cool, no problem. Gave us a refund immediately. So try it out, guys, if you don't like your food. Anyway, to go back to the relationship thing, I agree with Joana. The only thing I wanted to say was, like I said again, you need to define what it means for both of you very early on in the beginning. Otherwise, what happens is you end up getting confused. For, like I said, it might be for one party that is very casual. The other party might be thinking wedding plans, kids' names, stuff like that. And then at some point, it's kind of like, you're not on the same page, so things might not work out. So it's very important to define what exactly it is at the beginning. It's normal for a relationship to be like, you've dated. When you date someone, do you date them? Again, I said you have to define it. Do you date someone with the view of like, we're just doing this for now, and I'm gonna dump you at like a year later from now and marry the love of my life, or do you do it with the view like, yo, man, this is the person that I want to be with. Yeah. I'm imagining family and kids and the rest of it.
I feel like, and this is something I actually wanted to say from your previous points, that like, I feel like not everybody really has their shit figured out like that. So even whatever you can agree at the beginning of a relationship, you could change next week. Like, actually, I don't feel like that anymore,
Yeah.
And damn,
you may come across some money and your whole
you switch
scope,
up, you
your whole
switch
scope
up.
might change. Like all your views might change, right?
Shit, yeah.
Huh?
And also, like, feelings, bro. Feelings are fucking. This shit could be fucking overwhelming,
Yeah.
The cases where you see somebody and it's like, okay, I'm not really trying to be in a relationship. I don't really have some strategic thing to do with this person. I just want them. Like, that's it. I just like, I'm just feeling you, bro. I just want just this strong desire for you. And it's like, okay, so what do you want to happen? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know that I can't do a relationship. I know that I can't do this and that. Maybe I could do this. I don't know. I just know that I want you. What was so?
I agree.
I'm not a fuckboy. I'm just human. I'm human, bro.
I agree because I won't lie. I get surprised when people like they meet this year and then 6 months later or a year later they're getting married. And I'm like, bro, nigga, what?
I'm always
like, how do you know after 1 year that this is the person that you're gonna spend eternity with?
There are people who get married after 3 weeks. I mean, three weeks, 3 months. Like that is the thing. I'm like, bro, what?
Crazy.
I cannot. I don't know somebody.
I think if it works, good for them. But yeah, you don't have a chance to get to know the person in 3 weeks. But I think whatever relationship it is, casual or serious, you need to communicate. Like if you having feelings this week, then you need to say, and then you need to have a conversation about it and work it out from there. Because otherwise you're going to be in a relationship and then you're going to just be there twiddling your thumbs and...
then you don't know what the fuck are you doing.
Exactly.
Just, final point. And I think I say this a lot, that like, although we talk about, communication and say how you feel, blah, 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 sometimes it's just hard to do that, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm feeling. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know how to put that in words. What?
Yeah.
Why are you giving me that face, bro?
Look, man. Yeah, but I remember this one time we were talking about how, like, it's hard to just say to describe a thing that you can see sometimes.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's
Like, how do
something
you-
that's and like you're looking at it, then someone asks you on the phone, like, "Yo,
What is-
describe it. What does it look like?" And then sometimes it's hard to like attach words to such a thing. And then now imagine someone asking you to explain your feelings.
Some abstract
like
shit.
that's so
you don't
fucking
even know what
like,
that
You
shit
can see.
yeah.
Bro.
Like,
Facts,
dude,
facts.
You men out there,
I want you.
tell us your feelings. If it's in words or if you put it in a poem or in a picture,
It's a trap, guys. It's a trap.
just say how you
Because, you
feel.
know, a lot of the time, you still have to finesse what you're trying to say. You know,
Yeah.
you can't just be raw with it. You have
Yeah.
to be. You have to say it in a proper way that doesn't offend.
have to
the
package
person.
it
You have to
nicely.
package it, and you're
Because-
like, I don't even want to package it.
Yeah.
Man. How does it fit in the box?
and also like sometimes you're already like in a battle within yourself where it's like you're already fighting those feelings and things like so they're changing every 2 minutes.
Yeah,
So if I have to work and like how I feel and like write it or whatever, that's not happening, man.
I'm here for what? I'm here for a good time. Not a what's
Not
that?
a long time.
Like fuck it.
Akulu has
Fuck it.
become like all right. Anyway,
Good turn. Sorry, just one quick question because Mike didn't really comment much on this last.
oh yeah, you seen how I went quiet? Yeah?
Like Mike was just like I'm observed.
Yeah. Let me
Yo,
before
yo,
you
yo.
even.
Yo, how yeah. I think
Before you even
the topic was how would you go about dumping?
How would I go about it?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's one. That's
That,
one of
that was no,
those.
that was the end of the
Yeah.
topic. So the question is, how do you go about? What's the right way to go
not
about
you.
dumping someone?
It's not you, it's me. But,
Lies.
I think you need to be honest, but I just like explain exactly why you're doing
Is
that.
that really what you think, bro?
But-
Are you saying it for the podcast?
I'm saying it for the podcast.
Tell us the
Let me
truth,
tell you the truth.
Tell us
The
the
truth
truth.
is,
What's
The
that-
people
what's that
want to
the
hear the truth.
look,
Tell us
here's what
you-
Mac does.
What would Mac do?
I honestly like. Look, you already said that if I'm gonna explain feelings, I don't need to put it in words. I don't need to put it in words all the time, right? So I'm not always going to put my dumping in words as well. You know what I mean? My
alright.
actions. I'm gonna have certain actions where now I'm gonna become a little more distant and things like that. It's gonna be for me. I don't believe in extremes. I already said this. I keep saying this. I don't believe in like things to be so extreme. Like anything that's extreme is just
much.
it's too much for anyone, you know. So I think that it needs to be a journey. You know, it needs to be subtle. We need to understand that look, we're parting ways. You know what I mean? Like look, I'm doing a little bit of my own thing now. Or I don't know. It's gonna be a journey. But I would like to like just say that I don't know shit. I tell girls this all the time, like relationships. I used to think I knew things, but like life has shown me
Yep.
that I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I
I've
don't
showed
know.
you flames.
There's no right or wrong way to dump a person. Obviously, there's shittier ways. But whatever it is, it's going to be bad.
gonna
It's going
hurt.
to hurt.
It's gonna
It's going
hurt.
to be upsetting.
Yeah.
So, my opinion is be honest to yourself.
Yeah, it's all
And when
about-
you're honest to yourself, whatever
You're doing right to
method
the-
you choose to break up with that person, you'll be honest with them.
which is right. All right, we've overshot time. So
Yeah. All right, you've been listening to the Love 'Em podcast because this has all been about relationships. I'm sure like our female listeners are gonna love it. Our ladies out there, like they get an insight of like how much of a fuckboy Akulu's
got-
becoming,
you gotta do
and
the
then they
Barry
get
White.
like the dope tips from Dumi and Joana over here. Yeah, but I was out here quiet because I was taking mental notes, man, because I don't know shit. But yeah, thanks for like listening up to this far. We didn't even know we'd get like this deep into it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it was a good time.
it was a dope time, very different. Very different, very insightful. A lot to think about after this. But yeah, thanks for coming through, guys. Shout out. Check out the rest of our projects. Akulu, holla.
just an apology to, we missed one sad boy Lou last Saturday.
Yeah, he wasn't that sad.
Not even, and I was on fucking,
sad.
I was fucking on a holiday, bruh. Like I could not, but also my artist was, he was out here partying and shit.
Yeah.
Like this nigga sent the artwork on Monday. Like, yo, I'm sorry, I was out here. And also apologies for
Procrastination.
last Thursday we did not drop
Yeah.
Cause of the Mind.
Yeah,
That's because we're busy with the expo. But I'm on top of it next week. But yeah, Sad Boy Lou, A Cause of the Mind, cooking show, feel good food, feel good Fridays, and Listen podcast.
Okay. Also, we have a T-shirt convention coming up. It's called the T-Con. It's the first annual T-Con. Shout out, come through, wear your dope T-shirts. Let's celebrate the T-shirt. It's been there before all of us. We've been rocking T-shirts since like from time. So let's do it. Let's celebrate. You come check out your favorite T-shirt brands from Malawi. Come buy some T-shirts. Come get some custom T-shirts made on the spot. Come donate some T-shirts to the flood victims because we can't be out here celebrating our dope T-shirts when other people are lacking. So yeah, let's get it. I think that's it. Any last words? Anything else? Shall we wrap it up?
Well, I mean, sorry, shout out the farmers because last time they were at me for not mentioning them on the podcast. So shout out the farmers. Thanks for having us on the podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Do me wrong. Do me always late. It's coming. It's late. But it's coming. It's time.
Detox.
The album.
Yeah. All right. Who's gonna do the we're out?
It's coming, yeah. And we're out.
All right. Okay. Dope.